Good morning. Oh, there we go. That's better. It was dark and now it's lighter. Things look better. Good morning, everyone. And welcome to what seems to be a show, as it often is every Sunday. Uh, Making coffee, underwear, that kind. If you're not familiar with the concept, if you're just tuning in for the first time in, I don't know, 5 years, this is what the show is. It's just this. And then at some point I'll end and then we'll all go on our way. These are these. They are black diesel. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do. I haven't had a new pair in a while, but I don't think that's bad. How long should they last? A week, a couple months. It's hard because your underwear. You're sitting at home. Everyone right now, look at the underwear you're wearing. You don't wear them online publicly every Sunday, right? So you can wear them. You got a blue pair. No one fucking knows. Nobody sees them but you. So you can wear them as many times as you want. Me, I have to be self-conscious about them now because not only do I see them, I have put it in the title. You guys see it, and then if I don't cycle them enough, you're wearing this same pair again. It's a level of privacy that I've ceded to you that you don't have. You can't conceive what I go through every single week, and I just want you to respect it. That's all. If you have not done so already, stop what you were doing. Watch the latest Hey W with Lio Rush. He claims it's going to get millions and millions of views. At least that's his hope. I vehemently disagree, but I don't mind to be proven wrong. So go like it, go watch it, go comment, go share it, go tweet about it, go share it on Instagram. Threads, AW barely uses Threads. I post there. I post it everywhere I can. I'm doing my part. You need to do yours. It was a delightful chat. I learned a lot about his parents, Lionel and Leslie Green, the gospel singing duo, and I'm obsessed with them. They owned a local TV station, and I guess the DC area. They're cranking out albums left and right. Let's give them a boost too. Never mind Leo's music. Never mind his wrestling. Support Lionel and Leslie Green. Leo said, her underwear? Whose underwear are you wearing? Oh, I don't understand what you're talking about. Leo said, are you a fan of bland pop music, like, say, Sabrina Carpenter? No idea who that is. Just no, I couldn't even make an attempt. You could show me the faces of like 10 people. I would not know who that is. Sean said, good morning, RJ. Mia said, good morning. Sean has been a member for 4 fucking years, as he said. And he wrote fucking Fucken, which is new to me. And he said, now that's brisk, baby. 48 months is quite a legacy. Mike said, good morning. Man, Sandy said, good morning. Electronic said, good morning, RJ. How was London for you? It was okay. I was happy to go to work. I like that. I like doing the Wembley thing. I like that little area they have us in. I like meeting the fans. Would I go there to vacation? No, absolutely not. Traffic is horrible. The food is weird when you can't even. These little rules, and I don't like it. The Uber Eats people will not bring food to your room. That bothers me fundamentally. They're all on motorbikes and they're like, please come out here. They're like begging. It's the whole thing's weird. Squirrel Squad said good morning. Christine is here. Nails is here. Nails said, guys, hey, it was so funny today. I love Leo's voice. Leo is chill vibes personified, and he could not be rattled at all, upwardly. So I had to go in. And make him start thinking about his life, and I think it got to him in a good way. So Sierra said, good morning. I'm on vacation from my soul-sucking job. Maybe we all have our souls sucked on. You know what I'm saying, so Sierra? But enjoy the break. Where are we? I'm fucking. Laura said, must be fashionably late. Sean said, how did he know my underwear were blue? I took a guess. Leo said, I have Simpsons underwear on. You see what I mean? And they're probably like 12 years old. But nobody bothers Leo. Nell said, how was I here before the notification and still don't hear his first words? I got, look at the underwear you're wearing. So next time I can't start off with a hot rant like I did. It usurps where we're at. Dr. Joey Magnum said, hey, RJ, I got to meet you after All In to get the chance to shake your hand. And thank you for Hey W. It was one of the many highlights of the weekend. Well, there can't be many highlights, Doctor. It can only be one. It's not a highlight. Then it's just a thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? But thank you, regardless. Sean said, Blue Sky thanks RJ for his cross posting. Keep us satiated. Lore said, I can't believe it's been a week since going to All In. Hasn't that been something? Leo said, why don't you show the people your collab with Alex Jones? You know, he's got a lot of great ideas. I'm not saying you have to believe them. Just hear them. Nail said, RJ, do you ever start this with hello or good morning and make sure you're rolling? Yes, I do. I say, are you on? Good morning, everyone. I always do that. Always. You're late. There's something wrong with your system. Don't take it out on me, telling me what to do, how to start my show. You do your fucking show, Nails. This is bullshit. AKA Baldy's been around for 27 months and wrote Mauve Beret from the classic Arn Anderson episode. Squirrel Squad said, I feel so old sometimes when my wife talks about a celebrity and it's a name that doesn't even sound real to me. I can't even watch Entertainment Tonight. I'm like, who are these people? First of all, obviously, getting older and you can't be up on current things. Fine. But also, like, it's exploded. It's fragmented, as I've ranted about many times before. The digital landscape, the entertainment landscape, like there's so many more celebrities and they're moving a lot more quickly. There's really less movie stars anymore. And when I say movie stars, I mean like no real big box office names. And when you think about ones that do exist, like a George Clooney, I guess, or a Brad Pitt, or a Leonardo DiCaprio, they're at the end of that era. Those are like the last people where you're like, oh, this person's in this movie and they're carrying a film. It does not really exist anymore. So there's stuff like that, which is interesting. Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. I've lost my place. Here we go. I'm back. Leo said, so given how shit scared you are of spiders, will be going to Grand Slam in Australia. I've been assured in that area that there are no spiders, and I guess I got to take the risk. I have work to do. Mia said I was in the program. I wish I had it on me. It's upstairs somewhere. That program, it just bothers me. I have a lot of questions. I want to know who designed the program. I'd like to speak to them. Leo said they are about 3 years old, but they look okay. Oh, he's talking about his underwear. I have lots of pairs to stop them from getting worn out. And I say, good for you, Leo. Excellent stuff. Nails has a request. Can you sing us your favorite Lionel and Leslie song? Play both parts, obviously. I'm grateful for the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel. I'm grateful for the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel. And they're all like leaning outside. I'm grateful. And then I think Leo's brother is breakdancing. For the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel. Lionel and Leslie Green. At no point do they say their names. But then at the end they'll be like, oh, and also the Lord. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, 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 da. It's not I'm grateful for the way you make me feel. The way you make me feel. That's both. That's Lionel. This was Lionel. This was Leslie. It's a good song. Hope that worked for you. Shane said Tony Mariah was so good. Thank you for contributing to give us that. The only thing I contributed is Ben Mankiewicz. That's it, which is quite frankly enough. Bill said, it's not my Wi-Fi, it's your Wi-Fi. Mia said, what happened to your on-air sign? We gave you money to replace it after you destroyed it. So it's because we filmed that one in Texas. The Texas had its own truck. And the other crew, the like pre-tape crew, stole my on-air sign. We had 2 on-air signs. They stole one of them. So then I have one, and we didn't know enough to take it back and forth. It was coming with me. I thought it wasn't coming with me. You can tell that hey sign is totally different. I don't know why it's so hard. We had paper cups. Should not be this difficult. And yet, Lauren said, hello, Archie and chat. I'm trying to find a way to make it to Mystery Wrestling from Montreal. Thank you for reminding me, Lawrence. Let me tell you about everything that's coming up in the next week. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, we're in Milwaukee. with the Schlemiel Schlemazel episode of Dynamite for you. A lot going on. Thursday, we go to Chicago. Thursday, Friday. Friday is a 3-hour block of Rampage and Collision. I assume it starts at 8 and goes right to 11. That will be live from Chicago. Saturday is the pay-per-view. All out. We're doing another 0 hour. Probably 90 minutes. All in was 2 hours. This is at least 90 minutes. Renee and I will be hosting. Who is on the panel? We don't know. We've thrown out a couple names. We hope and we pray, but we don't control these things. Last year, Dennis Rodman was there. Maybe he'll show up on the panel this year. Who knows? And then Sunday, there is no AEW because the pay-per-view, it's all out week. We take off the pay-per-views. So there's that. And then Sunday, Coffee and Underwear will not be live. It'll be pre-taped. It's fine. Relax. Calm down. Because I will be on my way to Ottawa, where I will be partaking Sunday evening in Mystery Wrestling. Let me read the way you make me feel. Mystery Wrestling, September 8th, 5 p.m. Eastern, Twitch TV, twitch.tv/Evil Uno. Tickets, tinyurl.com/mysterytix, T-I-X. And that's me. I will be doing commentary with Evil Uno. I do not know what's on the show. Microman is wrestling? Fucking amazing. That's all I want to talk about. So I hope that makes sense. Is everyone all caught up? Does anyone have any questions? Shane Nathaniel, said, RJ, did you see the Brat Pack doc on Hulu? Interesting take on how it was holding on to the vestiges of old Hollywood. And even then, where are they now? Where's your Judd Nelsons now? Rose said, good morning, I'm going commando, and I salute you. Leo said, what about James Corden? He's a box office draw every time. You say, if James Corden film, don't even tell me the title. I'm there. Mark me down. Squirrel Squad said, she's like, how do you not know who this is? And I'll be like, you don't know who Erwin R. Shyster is. What? Leo said, good thing they are not in the Tarantula Mart Stadium in Huntsman Town, Australia. It's not funny. Matt Sandy said, would you prefer to watch Lionel and Leslie or Wayne and Wanda? Well, my heart's with Wayne and Wanda. But I'm feeling Lionel and Leslie. I'm picking up what they're putting down. Neil said, that works for me. I'm crying laughing. Well, that's great. Julia said, who would be your next guest on Coffee and Underwear? Well, Hay is so guest-focused that Coffee and Underwear is less so. Maybe a return guest. There's been plenty of people who are on initially, and then I have not really seen since. Pepper Parks, The Blade comes to mind. Matt Cardona was on that one time. I'm trying to think who else there is. Tommy Dreamer, lest we forget Billy Gunn and Hornswoggle were also guests. As I press this here, give it a good press. Oh God, I have to press it down. I can't. It's stiff today. I need to oil it. So Sierra said, my nephew's first birthday is tomorrow. So obviously that called for a week off work. And thank you to Christine for sending him the cutest gift. Christine's just really on the ball. Leo said, Tony S. and AW Grandson was brought by Tarantula Mark. Now we go to RC Series Tarantula Mark CEO Sheila Bunning Snag and her collection of exotic. I'm not even entertaining these comments anymore. Low-key said, I was concerned Saraya and her brood had harmed you. Glad to see you doing well. Only emotionally. And actually, no, they rubbed my shoulders quite tensely. And also her father poked me in the head and said, I don't like you. So if someone could maybe clip that, I'd be happy to give it to my therapist. Mia has been for 24 months. 1 year. It's 2 years. What a way to start my birthday month by getting surgery on 9/9. Can you sing a song to make sure the surgeon knows what he's doing? Yes. It's a song that I love. And let me see if I know. Do they have the lyrics here? Fuck. Here we go. It's from Sesame Street. It's called The 10 Commandments of Health. It just made me think they did an operating room. That's what made me think about it. 1. Wash your hands before you eat. 2. Brush your teeth after every meal. 3. See your doctor and your dentist. We all need checkups, no matter how good we feel. Oh, how lovely life will be if we keep the 10 commandments of health. Commandments of health. 4. Cover your nose whenever sneezing. 5. Cover your mouth when you're coughing too. 6. Dress warmly in cold weather, and you won't have much coughing or sneezing to do. Oh, how lovely life will be if we keep the 10 commandments of health. Commandments of health. Health, oh sweet health. It's worth more than fame or wealth to me. One thing I say a lot, take care of the life that you got, it's such a precious commodity. 7. Exercise to keep in shape. 8. Bathe or shower when each day is through. 9. Eat lots of fruit and vegetables. 10. Give your body all the sleep that it's due. Oh, how grand we're gonna feel, 'cause we'll keep the 10 commandments of health. Commandments of health. I hope that worked. Yeah, I hope that worked for you. It worked for me. There was like, oh, there is some valuable information here. Julia said, what is your favorite movie of all time? It's so funny. Claudio just asked me that question. And I always go to the king of comedy. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Jerry Lewis. Obviously, there's themes that I enjoy. The show business, the fakeness of it all. I really enjoy. I love Jerry Lewis. I think it's Robert De Niro. You do not see him like this at all. It's the least Robert De Niro movie. Sandra Bernhard is fantastic in it. There's also no likable people in the movie. No one is entirely likable. No one. And it's unpleasant to watch, which is also what I love about it. There are also 3 to 5 comedic moments in it, which, as far as I'm concerned, make it a comedy. It's like a dark comedy. It's not pleasant. It's more than just a comedy for sure, but also made me realize, like, gee, if you can build up a whole movie to certain laughs, and then they feel so much funnier than just trying to be funny the whole time. It's a wonderful movie. And then they also, remember, didn't they rip the Joker, the last Joker? They just like ripped the whole thing off. You're like, okay, whatever. Shane said, any chance of getting President Obama on the All Out pre-show? It's an election year after all. Sure. I'm sure he's hanging out and he'll do it for cash. Red Dog said, when you guess who, it's a mystery. I don't know what we're talking about. Are we talking about the game, Guess Who? Leo said, watching SNL clips is like, wow, here's a poorly written sketch featuring Dua Lipa. This is much better than an actual comedy show. Shane said, I fucking love Judd Nelson, wish he was in everything. You know, his work on Suddenly Susan is so deep. Bill said, didn't like the Brat Pack doc. It felt half-baked. That's because not everyone's dead yet. Neil said, happy cultiversary, Mia. You've been around here longer than 2 years, Shirley. Hope everything is good. Leo said, The Cable Guy, starring James Corden. Lord, 24 months is 2 years. Mia doesn't know how long a year is. Neil said, have you had Nana's coffee yet? Did you give yourself a Danhausen tin? I've not gotten a tin. I need to brush up on my root list, and I need to grab some Nana. Everyone fucking alive. Laura said, I'm curious. Can you tell me why the coffee is bad here in the UK? Happy to. First of all, seldom is there black coffee. When you ask for coffee, more often than not, they give you an Americano. It's an espresso-focused country. Fine, I understand it. I just want more. And it doesn't even have to be more caffeine. I just want more in my cup. So I like to drink it and perform drinking it. So just to have something that small, or to have an Americano, which is, look, let's be honest, mainly water. It's an espresso-focused country, Americano, and tea, obviously. If I loved tea, it would have been no problem. They have peppermint tea. You can get certain teas, but it's rough. It's a little difficult. Starbucks has limited capabilities. Nitro has not entered the equation yet. Those are like weird watermelon energy drink Starbucks now has not entered the equation yet. Not really a fan of Pret a Manger or what's the other one? Costa Coffee. There was another one too. They're not that good. I was not crazy about them. They're like they're like real last resorts. I don't like the way the cups look. I don't like anything like that. The coffee machines, I will say this, do feel better. The ones at the hotel were grinding stuff. They weren't pod focused, which is nice. Having said that, there's certain things you need to get in order. Even the Starbucks Uber Eats, you can't like select no ice. It's a weird system, and then you get it. By the time you get it, it's just brown water because it's all watered down from the ice. Not my favorite. Leo said, Saray's family are British wrestling royalty in the same way Hornswoggle is a legendary cruiserweight wrestler. It doesn't matter. Her father doesn't like me. Leo said, to be fair, there's no such thing as British wrestling royalty. Oh, that is fair. Shane Nathaniel said, 24 months in a year, sequel to 8 days a week. Leo said, I'm not answering these questions. Nell said, I'm sure. He said, I don't like you as the camera was on Saraya leaving, then I pan back to you because I remember laughing at him. I'll double check, though. Thanks, because it upset me. Any thoughts on the Oasis reunion, said Mikey G. I was not a fan of them outside Wonderwall, which I can't even be a fan of because it was like the public forces it on you. The same way that they forced Dancing Queen on you, or Time of Your Life, or the Graduation Song by Vitamin C. So you don't have a choice to like it, so I can't even say I authentically like it. And then those acerbic interviews they would give, and how miserable they would be on purpose. And it's like, it's a fucking work. Those two go home and cuddle. Don't give me that shit. They're basically fucking Len when you get down to it. Do I give a shit? No. Will I be spending a dime to even attempt to go see them? Absolutely not. Would I even go for free? Probably not. I don't think that's bad. Fine. I think we should normalize not going to more things for free. Not that you have to pay to go to them. I'm just saying, like, there's some movies, if someone was like, Transformers, I will pay for your ticket and all your food, I would say absolutely not. Because my time is worth more than that to me. There's other things I could be doing with that time. Leo said, I remember there's a website at school. I'm not reading this. Joe said, no comedy show this time in Chicago? Unfortunately, no. Last year, we did StarCast. If we remember, it popped up today. I saw it. A year ago, we did StarCast, which is a bunch of shit going on at once. They put my comedy show and Ryan Nemeth's comedy show against each other on opposite stages, which is like, talk about doing yourself in. And then Renee and I were guests on Good Nighthausen with Danhausen. That's it. And I had a great time. I met a lot of people. The signing was great. So all that to say, no, there will be no Chicago comedy show this time. However, and I think this was always the plan, we're going to attempt to do one when we come back in November something, right before Thanksgiving. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving is like always this Dynamite Chicago tradition thing. And Colt and I will attempt to do before that, the day before that, which was always sort of the plan. We have a lot of time to figure that out and announce it and whatever. So that will be nice. And then that was always the plan from the beginning. I remember he said we should do it again in Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, yeah, that'll be great. So that was never the plan. I don't know if there's a pre-party or anything else going on. I'd be happy to hop on whatever's available, but we'll see. Efren is here. Good morning to you, Efren. I was just talking to you about you last week to Jeff and Karen Jarrett about what a lovely fellow you are and what a stalwart member of the community. Christine said, oh, man, I remember this song. Lost my place. There we go. I remember this song. I've got to check to see if I still have my Sesame Street albums. They're good. I have them. Leo said, James Corden and Ricky Gervais are the undisputed kings of comedy. Julia said, why does Eddie Kingston think you have a punchable face? Because it's not socially acceptable for him to kiss me. Mia said, Leo, I celebrate my birthday all month. Don't judge me. Miss Annie said, Sandra Bernhardt recently appeared on Bill Maher's podcast. I want to watch and listen just to know what she's been up to. She does like stand up and like stage shows, like a Cafe Carlisle kind of deal, a review. Paul Girl said, I had a coworker who took the week off for her birthday to celebrate. These people are nuts. Leo said, James Corden, I'm not answering. Mike said, speaking of Brat Pack, St. Elmo's Fire comes to mind as a movie with no likable characters. But is that because they're annoying? Because the king of comedy, the characters have moral flaws. Like they're not, it's not that they're not likable. They're bad people. They're all bad people. And it feels like you can't breathe because it's like no matter where you turn, there's people doing bad shit. Leo said, I always ask for an iced black coffee. God bless you. Pro Girl said, I have to go grind your beans, RJ. I always get the whole bean, not pre-ground. Because you fucking get it, Pro Girl. You understand how the coffee should be made. Me said, Leonard's all about tea. Leo said, do you remember that time that Arn Anderson fell over on Dynamite? Yes. Leo said, Cafe Nero is the other one. Yes, it is. I hate it because they have an awful logo they need to update. Well, complain to Bob Nero. Susie's been met for 32 months and say good morning, RJ, with an emoji of me and Sylvia, which reminds me in 5 days, Sylvia officially turns 20 years old. September 6th is let me check on her. She's fast asleep. We will leave her be right now. She's 20 years old. Neil says, Swaggle slander will not be tolerated. Laura says, thanks for elaborating. I agree, Costa is not good. Thank you. Leo said, I don't like Oasis. Not all Brits like Oasis, just to be clear. Mia said, oh my God, I went and got a pedicure in the salon. Had Staying Alive playing on repeat. Pogirl said, no yawning, RJ, that's contagious. That made me yawn. Is it contagious through the screen? Did anyone yawn after I yawned? Please let me know. Mia said, I hate Staying Alive now. Leo said, it annoys me how many Brits on Instagram are getting or trying to get tickets. Like fucking Renee. It stops me having a crush on anyone who does. It's a boner killer for me. Sorry we didn't fuck. You like Oasis. Red Dog said, time of your life. The other awful thing about the end of Seinfeld. It's nostalgic now because you remember it, but I still think it was off. Seinfeld, for all that's great about it, the theme song and the logo are so not in keeping with the show. Like, what mood does that theme song even evoke? Like, it's not something Jerry would listen to. It almost feels like something like the Everybody Loves Raymond theme would suit Seinfeld better. Certainly Curb, I feel like they learned more with Curb, especially logo-wise. Friends seem to have the clearer branding and theme song. I will give them that. It's a little more, colorful, but simple, and the messaging was clear. Maybe that's why it was successful. But Seinfeld, I think that's what held it back a little bit. Like, what was the fuck was that? When are we doing that shit? That's like according to gym level shit. Sorry, I feel better now. Christine said miserable on purpose as opposed to your misery by accident or circumstance. Yes. Forgetting Danhausen's name made me belly laugh. Very funny now. Lost my place. Sean said, I can't see all the messages, but I have a strong feeling RJ doesn't want to speak negatively about coworkers, family, or friends. Did I miss stuff? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about Lionel and Leslie Green? Because I love them. Mia said, do a comedy show in Orlando for World's End so I can attend. That would be also kind of possible. It's hard. Chicago Colt has on lock. He's got that all figured out. But outside that, you got to look for places. You got to do a little research. It's not impossible. Miss Andy said, you should do a comedy show before Full Gear, since it will be easy for me to attend. Full Gear is what? New Jersey? I don't know. Nathan said, I just watched the Steamboat interview. What a class act, except for the last 5 minutes. The guy's a shit show. Ricky. Nell said, Sean, I think this, oh, yes. I think the spider talk he's ignoring quite rightly as it is genuine fear. Yeah, fucking shit. Leo said, I never liked Time of Your Life. Reminds me of More Than Words by Extreme. Unserious rock band trying to be ultra serious and sad. Susie said, would you also refuse a free cinema ticket if you wanted to go see Transformers? No, I don't want to see it. Sean put a bunch of Sylvia emojis. Nell said, happy birthday, Sylvia. Make fish cakes. Julia said, when's the next meal and match? Go ask AW on TV. Go tweet the shit out of those people. At no point were we told that there's not more coming. And yet, so please, we've done all we could. Ask them. If they said no to us, I would happily tell you, and there's going to be no more. Why did we say it was a new series? Why did we say it was episode 1? Leo said, chocolate soy milk is wonderful, but I got chocolate coconut milk recently, and it was hideous. I love coconut and chocolate, but good fucking God, you got to experiment. Some coconut products taste like coconut, some don't. You got to find the right balance. Susie said, oh, the sweet old lady, congratulations. Nell said, I always yawn when you yawn. James yawned after I yawned. Julia yawned. Molly said, happy new Lego set release day. I don't give a shit. Nell said, serial killers are less likely to yawn when someone yawns. And Mikey G said, no yawn here. Judge Mikey G now. Leo said, there was a great article by critic Simon Price who said Oasis damaged Britain and allowed misogynistic and homophobic lad culture to thrive. I know so little about them other than like, meh, okay. Mia said, Lio Rush retweeted my tweet. He wants millions of views. Go watch, go like, go comment, go share. Go tell Leo it was wonderful. And go tell Lionel and Leslie Green, his parents, that they're fantastic. Red Dog said, another thing that Jerry wouldn't listen to was stand-up comedy with Bobcat Goldthwait. I think it was Bobcat taking shots at Seinfeld, and that's what bothered Seinfeld. I think ultimately, Jerry certainly holds the grudge, but I believe Bobcat was the aggressor in the situation. Didn't he do an HBO special and came out with a shirt that said "Kill Seinfeld"? That'll do it. Neil said, I'm gifting that pop slap. The fuck was that? Let's think about that. And not only was that out of place, but then for the finale to have Green Day, it's just bizarre. Were there any bands ever on Seinfeld? Anyone from any band? I mean, sure there was. I guess Bette Midler would count. Maybe that's it. Certainly had celebrities. That's the only one I can think of. That's like the only sort of song episode I can remember. Oh, Mel Torme. That's right. Mel Torme did the Kramer and everyone thinks he's... Yeah. Mike said, have you seen the 1990 John Goodman classic, Arachnophobia? No, I have not. And no, it is not. Leo said, you did that anti-woke comedy show at the Conservative Club in Croydon, London before all in. Yeah, and I really gave it to the liberals. Poe Girl said, why is there only one thumbs up right now? Ah, see? And then if I do two, I'm going to do this again. It's a blast. Ah! Okay, we can stop now. We can all calm down, fellas. Does this do anything? There we go. Happy birthday to you. You guys, you can stop. What if I do two? Just the same. I think the rain. Oh, okay. And then the rain comes. Yes. And then finally. Finally. There we go. Remember that prom we all went to? Nell said, I'm finding you particularly hilarious today. Can't help you. Sorry. There's only so much I can do. Loki said, have you seen the Brian De Palma classic Phantom of the Paradise? Who would you put in a feud based on the movie you've seen? I also use a mocha pot. I can't tell you over the past 2 or 3 months how often I've brought up Phantom of the Paradise. I know for a fact Tony Storm has seen it. Dalton Castle has seen it. And I'll tell you who loves it. And when I say loves it, can sing along to every word and basically quote the whole movie. It's going to blow your mind. Don Callis. He's from Winnipeg. And Winnipeg is in love with Phantom of the Paradise. It's like this cult hit there. And they have festivals yearly like Phantom of the Paradise thing. It's inexplicable why, but they love it. So of course it makes sense. I mean, it seems weird, but then it doesn't seem weird. It's also, that's a movie I really do recommend. It's Brian De Palma, who's probably one of the most wide-ranging filmmakers of all time. And it came out right before Rocky Horror. And you think about that time, and in certain ways, it feels more Rocky Horror than even Rocky Horror. I think in general, the music is better. I think it's so fun, and it looks a certain way, and it feels a certain way, and it's fantastic. And I love watching it. Everyone I've recommended it to loves it. It's nuts. Phantom of the Paradise. Watch it. Leo said, would you pay not to see Transformers? Yeah, I'd say like up to $5. Miss Annie said, I recently watched Blair Witch for the first time since 1999. All of the characters in that were not likable. Okay, no, I think all of them were annoying, right? Like, about the King of Comedy, it's like no one here is a good person. And that's a difference. Because obviously people can be annoying. Even in something like Goodfellas, there are good people. And even when they do bad things, you ultimately go, well, he's a good person and he's blah, blah, blah. But like everyone in the King of Comedy is a piece of shit in their own way. And it makes it unsatisfying but in a good way. It makes it frustrating to watch, is what I mean to say. Nail said, Soraya said she filmed an episode. What are you talking about? Sayed said, forgive me if someone asked already due to my tardiness, but what happened to the honor sign? The honor sign is fine. It will be back after All Out. We filmed that in Texas. We did not have the usual crew and truck and all that business in Texas. I had to improvise, and I did. Mia said, what's the cheat meal for today? You know, it's weird. I was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I should just eat normally because I'm 2 weeks on the road. All this shit's fucked up. Everything I've been eating is different and weird, and you're going out all the time. It's like a lot of stress. But then, a I think I'm gonna keep it clean all day, and then I have 2 like flat bagels and Honey's vegan ice cream, which I'm very excited about. Some sort of combination there. Um, I'll leave Easy E said, "Hey RJ, love the diesel." That's a nice compliment, isn't it? Sean said, "I'm on Bobcat's side." Mia said she can't stand Green Day. Well, now. Julia said, "I've watched Fright Night, the original. I don't like remakes. I prefer old films." I'm trying to think of any remakes I liked. There are remakes that you probably don't even realize are remakes. I can't remember now, but ones that are kind of under the radar. I'm trying to think. There was a Whatever Happened to Baby Jane TV movie. The same way that there was the Shining miniseries, which isn't really a remake of the Shining movie, but it's closer to the book. It's enjoyable in its own right. Steven Weber, you can't lose. Neil said, "I hate when shows do a random musical episode." Me fucking too. If you're gonna be a musical, stay a musical. Have some fucking balls. Leo said, "Do you reckon Harley Cameron has had white girl cornrows at some point in her life?" I'm gonna ask. White girl cornrows at some point. CC Bonbon said, "Favorite Comedy Central roast moment." Oh my God. Well, it's hard to not pick Norm. Norm's is great. I loved, there was a thing, like they're always good when they're coming up and then they peak and they got ridiculous. Once the situation, Donald Trump and Justin Bieber and shit, you're like, I don't give a fuck about these people. My favorite was probably, there's 2 of them. Greg Giraldo on the Larry the Cable Guy roast. It was either the Larry the Cable Guy roast or Jeff Foxworthy roast, but it was of that group. And he was, maybe it was Larry Cable Guy. He was clearly angry at why Larry was successful. And it's great. And then the other one I love is Patrice O'Neill doing the Charlie Sheen roast. Because he got poignant and it was good. All of it was very good. And also Gilbert on the Bob Saget roast. It's also very good. You know, they have, and this does bother me, they have like the Friars Club. They have all the roasts filmed. And you can't find them anywhere, which drives me crazy. I guess they're in a vault. I wonder if you go there, if you're allowed to watch them. Julia said, "Have you seen The Greatest Showman?" Not the movie. No, sorry. Nels said, "Did you see the Tony puppet?" I have. I'm crazy about those people. There's like a puppet. Let me find out what their deal was. I like to plug puppet people. They are the Puppet Workshop UK.
Hi everyone, welcome back.
And they're building they made a Tony Storm puppet. But like really seriously, it's like not fuck around, like it's a workshop. Which I'm interested in, period. And then the puppet came out beautifully. What a wonderful idea. Leo said, "If you poo in front of the camera, the poo emoji comes up and out." Leo said, "Captain Fantastic had no likable characters. One of those critically acclaimed, pretentious movies that critics love, like Charlie XCX, dreadful album Brat." Leo has so much pop culture animosity. Dare I say more than me, and it's fantastic. Poe Girl said, "I was such a fan of Paul Williams." Well, Poe Girl, he's still alive. He's on Instagram. Seems to be going well. Walter said, "Hey, RJ." Neil said, "Remember when David accidentally leaked on here that he filmed something with MJF? What happened to whatever that was?" That was a movie that Kayla Becker, excuse me, is also in. Let me look it up right now because she posted about it. She posted a picture with David a while ago. "Oh, it's a pleasure working on that fucking bullshit routine. Oh, it's such a pleasure working with this guy." Fuck off. Where is it now? Hey, everyone, I was in a movie. Is this like annoying shit? Can't even find it now. Come on. Where is it? No. You were in the movie. What? Where would the... No. Okay, let me look at David's now. This is what I do all day. Look at this adorable picture. Isn't that adorable? Oh, this movie's coming out. Not The Good Half. The Good Half is a movie he already did. No, that's a movie his sister was in. It's before this. The Good Half again. The Good Half. No. Look, it's some fucking movie. You'll hear about it at some point. What do you want from me? Nail said, do you know how Dalton is doing? Let me text him. People in my chat want to know how you are. Are you okay? He texted me when after the All In Zero Hour, and he said, "Did you ever think you would be working this much with Ben Mankiewicz?" And I wrote back, "Kind of." Miss Annie said, "Have you seen the 2011 documentary Paul Williams Still Alive?" I have. Go look up Paul Williams. Go give the guy some love. Walter said, "I watched a new AEW with Lio Rush. AEW Collision was good last night too. Thanks." Nails said, Saraya said during an in-ring promo that she had filmed Meal and a Match. Incorrect, Nails. She had filmed Dinner and a Movie, the rip-off reboot of our rip-off reboot. Jason Biggs, you got to be kidding me. He is probably stifling the progress. And that episode's already out. Scarface? Yeah, what about it? Nail said, we've watched so many old movies thanks to RJ. Walter said, Beetlejuice is coming out. I have a text. Oh, it's not from either of them. Julia said, what books do you read? You know, last night, I didn't read a book, but I thought about it. Which, I'm getting closer. The Dr. Fives book that Aaron in the chat here got for me, and I do want to open it because there's a lot I want to learn. What am I reading? I'm reading a Rod Serling biography. There's a Gary Shandling book. I like the celebrity autobiographies. There's a Rod Serling one, and there's a Gene Rayburn one that I'm slowly getting through. More often than not, though, as opposed to books, and it's really bad, and I shouldn't do that. I'm reading a lot online, articles online, and stuff like that. I like reading about old movies. I like reading about plots to things I will never watch, like Long Legs. You know, give me the gist here. I just want to know. And I go, okay. And then what else do I read? I loved reading like oral histories. One day I read maybe 20 or 30 oral history articles about a variety of things, Space Ghost and Euro Trip and things like that. I would very, very much love an oral history of AEW. But it's too big. It's too sweeping. It's like that oral history book of Saturday Night Live. There's too much to cover now. You'd have to break it down. That would be an insane project. Bill Wood said, need to find Six String Samurai. Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome meets Rockabilly. Ooh. I'll also throw out there one of my favorite Canadian films. The Life and Hard Times of Guy Terrifico. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. You probably haven't, but it is very good. Mia said, I'm guessing you stayed away from Matt Taven this time during your trip to London. At night, we passed, and I was like, hey, you want to go? I'm ready. Let's go to Abbey Road. Miss Annie said, did you ever see the 1997 version of 12 Angry Men with Jack Lemmon, George C. Scott, and Tony Danza, to name a few? I have not, and I would love to. Nell said, I hope that summons Harley to talk about your nipples. Serves you right. I do want to point out, I did take some lovely photos with some people while we were out. This I showed last year. This is me, Giancarlo, and Dom last year in England. And this year, here's Dom and I talking over some brews about what Lord knows. Here's Sylvia. She looks great. Here's me with a wig on. How do we feel about that? It just looks racist. You don't know what it is, but it looks racist. And here's me, Giancarlo, and Zane at the all-in after party. That's lovely. That's nice. Everyone's getting along, having a swell time. Here is me at the desk. This is the other side of the desk. I should post this. This is what's behind us when we do the 0 hour. There's my shoes that nobody saw. And then what's on the desk? A bunch of cans of water, which was odd. And then they have bags and mops. I wish we had like a little shelf here, but we didn't. This is where Renee sits, or Jeff, or whoever. And there's my notes. Some notes I made there. Not really too much on the desk. Lio Rush. And that's it. Yeah, I think you got the gist. Mike said, Norm's roast is fantastic. I've lost my place. Do you know how Eddie Kingston is doing? Well, I did send him flowers, so he's getting into botany. Leo said BBC Radio wanted to give the UK's oldest stand-up a comedy special, but they canceled it after she died before the taping. Well, these things happen. Miss Handy said, Patrice was so good, I got to meet him once. Do tell. Manuel said, who's your favorite Leo on TV? I like Lio Rush. That's not how you spell it, but I like Lio Rush. James said, what do you think of the Amy Schumer Steve-O roast moment? I don't remember that at all. Elite said, Patrice is amazing, and he was really dying of diabetes, like he said. Yeah, I don't think he would lie about that. Walter said, RJ, are you going to interview John Mosley next on Hey W? No, I interviewed him maybe like 10 weeks ago. Go back and watch it. It's available right now. Jesus. Walter said, oh, maybe a new guest. Oops. I have a new guest lined up for After All Out after next week. You would never have had this on your bingo card. Leo said, I feel Americans like What Culture and Charlie XCX and Chicken Shop date because they think it's all quirky, but as a Brit, I just find these things annoying. Well, thank you. James said, do you know how Danhausen is doing? Who gives a fuck? Christine said, take my money. Citrus tribute. I don't know why, but I can like it. It says I can like it. Neil said, I love the way you looked at Taz during 0 hour. Oh, you mean adoringly? Harley Roback, me? Oh, Dalton Roback. Tell them I said thank you. I saw 2 chipmunks and a rabbit this morning, so I'm doing fine. And I'm writing back, did you kill them? Elite says it all comes back to Jason Biggs. Wasn't he in Saving Silverman? Awful film. I like that movie. It was very good. But what it was, of those wacky early 2000s deals, I really liked them. Leo said, did you ever watch the game show Cherries Wild presented by Jason Biggs? I did not. Red Dog said dinner and a movie and Monster Vision were the best. Oh, I love Monster Vision. Leo said your celebrity autobiographies are really good. BB Newirth likes reading them on the toilet. Neil said text Rocky Romero for an update on Matt Nahum. I will text him today. Leo said text Greg Valentine. I think he's a landline only type of guy. CC Bonbon said, Uncle Jesse making out with Cloris Leachman. Like you wouldn't. Poe Girl said, 10 more minutes. I'm going to go listen to Paul Williams music. Walter said, RJ, do you like cool weather? I do. Hot weather, bad, stay in AC. I'm excited for the fall. I like a good hoodie. Sometimes it does get too hot. I used to be pro summer, and I guess my body changed. How do I summon Carrie Silken? Who asked that? Said Elite Easy E. How do I summon Carrie Silken and his donkeys? Never forget when Carrie Silken called in and talked about a movie he saw when he was 16 in Brooklyn. That was definitely illegal. Rob said, did anyone drink too much at the all-in after party and make a fool of themselves? Any embarrassing stories? No, I don't think there was anything embarrassing, but like there would be a lot of people. It was so cool that everyone came. It was nice to hang out with like crew people too. I rarely get to hang out with like the cameramen and the producers. That was really nice. But then there was people there where we were like, who is this guy? I don't think does he work for us? Was he just in the hotel? Which is fantastic. And people that you're like, do we have rapport now? Or is it just at this party? Is it only when we're drinking? You never know. Harley still refuses to answer. So I wrote to Dalton. I said, did you kill them? And he said, no, but I made a lot of backhanded compliments to them. Like, wow, it's so brave of you to wear stripes this time of year. And I wrote back to Harley, answer the fucking question. Maybe she'll, oh, there she is. I'm here. You're welcome. What a fucking surprise. Answer the question. We have less than 5 minutes left. Did you ever have white girl cornrows at any point in your life? James said, can we get Kevin Von Erich on Hey W? I have started to write one, so hang tight. Sean said, some of us are definitely trying to forget the particular call-in. I love that Carrie Silken call-in. I'm aware that I'm the only person who liked when Carrie called in, but also it's my fucking show. I enjoyed it, and then I enjoyed how little people enjoyed it. That every time he called in, I couldn't have been happier. Do you remember when I was like, hey, Pat Benatar died? And he's like, I think I gave her crack once. Like that is the best. Julia said, will you think about writing an autobiography? You know, I've not thought about writing an autobiography, but I had thought about writing a book that was like, just like on wrestling, basically like my tweets about wrestling and expanding on it because there's a lot of material there, sort of like my stand-up. And then I also thought Jericho Cruise coming up. We're going to do, obviously, coming up. It's in January. We're going to do a lot of the usual stuff that I did the last time. The House of Mad Libs, whatever the fuck. And then I thought, can we pitch doing like a little half an hour show called like RJ City Explains Wrestling? And can I just do like 30 minutes of material and get that out? I don't know. It would be small. It would be really small. It wouldn't be one you would do at the big theater. It would be like 50 to 100 people who we can just like sort of sit and talk about it. More like in conversation. Not a big deal. Just like a little thing. It's an experiment. Because, you know, a prime example, we sort of experimented with the improv show on the Jericho Cruise, and then it worked, and then Colt and I went, great, we can do a version of this in Chicago. So that's helpful. The Cruise people are fantastic. I wonder if we can just pitch it. Is that something that anyone would be interested in? It would be me talking for like 30 minutes. That's it. It would be just really small. Harley said, I may have dabbled in white girl cornrows. Of course you did. And it was racist as fuck, and you had no idea. And now you feel bad about it. So fucking good. Neil said, bestiality is not your cult audience's favorite subject. Yet we are all still here. Thank you for, seeing through that. Leo said, I want to see Kerry Silken do stand-up in front of people who don't know who he is. Pogirl said, is it hard to stay charming for the entire cruise? Yes. It feels like a floating merch table. Sean said, yes. You going off of that stuff is like a fantastic genre of content. Before we go, let me read the final text. Dalton said, I just tuned into your stream and the Chipmunk said, interesting composition, RJ. Fuck the Chipmunks. So you got answers from Harley, you got answers from Dalton, and you got movie recommendations. There's not that much else you need. Here's the Black Diesel again. You get the gist. I think we all get the gist. Go watch the latest Hey W with Lio Rush. Go like, go watch, go comment, go share, go retweet, go tell him it was good. Go tell AW to promote it more. Tell them to get their shit together. And I will talk to you next time.